so that we can have a beautiful, or you can say a justifiable table structure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I hope the screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yeah.
sir.
Good. That's good. Okay. So in between the session, I'll be giving some sort of tips. Okay. Or you can say some sort of points which are helpful for you in programming the web. Okay. So I recommend you to have a pen or a pencil with you and you make a note of it. Okay. Yeah. So whatever I'm teaching now, the table, this resource material is available on my web page. That the URL I've mentioned in the slide now. Okay. So we'll try to understand about the HTML table today. Okay. Yeah. If you have a laptop or system that is turned on, you can always work along with me so that you can understand it very clearly. Okay. So I'll be demonstrating along with the coding. Is that fine?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. Let's go ahead and see what is HTML table. What can you understand from a table? What do you mean by a table in general?
It
Let's look
contains
for a
rows and columns. Right.
yes. So the basic concept here is we are trying to accumulate all the information in the form of rows and columns, right? Yeah. So what is a table? So a table is a representation of data in the form of rows and columns in a rectangular grid. It need not be rectangular grid always, because we may have equal number of rows and equal number of columns. At that point of time, we may have a square grid. Okay, so it is just a simple terminology. Okay, so we try to represent the information in the form of rows and columns. Okay, like you used to accumulate information using matrices in mathematics or any related topics. Okay. On the similar lines, we try to accumulate information in the form of rows and columns. Okay. Now let's question ourselves: what are tables used for? Why do we use tables, by the way?
For making data like data structures.
What kind of data structure? Can you tell me what kind of data structure? No answer. Why do we use tables? We know that we are trying to represent the information in the form of rows and columns. Am I right? I hope that I am audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but why do we use tables? We know that we represent information. With
You are
this
not.
question, yes?
To sort the things in a particular manner.
Okay, acceptable.
To
Then any
differentiate.
other answer?
To organize the data.
No.
Okay, but I would like to know what kind of data. In the previous question, in the previous answer, I have said about the data, which I am going to represent using rows and columns, right? But what kind of data? Hello, audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I would like to know what kind of data we can represent using tables.
Like there will
Any
be
answers?
unique ID for any of any of the like row member, so that when we click on that, the information would display.
No, in general, I am asking, why do we use tables? We know that we represent the data in the form of rows and columns in tables. But how can we make sure that we represent only this particular information into a table? How do we come to a conclusion that we should have a table for such a particular data? How do we understand this?
To store student details like name, roll number, email ID.
Okay, okay. What is the common feature that is involved in this student data?
Their names, email IDs.
Yeah, because it is repetitive. You are trying to represent a repetitive information here. You are trying to represent name, email ID, USN, or phone number, or whatever it is. Correct? So it's a repetitive information. Again and again, you are trying to represent the same type of information. Not the same information, but the same type of information. Right? So we have an answer for this. So tables are used for organizing the data that is either too detailed or too complicated to represent using text. Okay, so complicated to represent using text, here I mean that it is repetitive. Okay, I hope the point is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, that's great. Let's move ahead and see an example. Okay, I hope this represents a table. Okay, so can we work out this table live? If you have systems turned on, you can work along with me for drawing this table on an HTML page. Okay, using the bracket editor. I'll be using the bracket editor now. Okay, so let's draw this table on a web page. Okay, so please make a point here. I'll be using Alt and Tab button. Okay, right now I am presenting my slide. I would like to move to another app or another window which is opened in my laptop. Okay, so in that case I'll use Alt and Tab so that I can switch between the apps. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
I'll go back here and otherwise I'll just escape from this. Okay, and I'll open up the brackets. It takes a minute. Okay, so I'll create a, I hope you're all familiar with working in brackets. I believe that you all are familiar with working in brackets. Yes, so I'll create a file, new file. Okay, and I will name it first. Okay, before coding, I'll just name it and say save as in a particular location and just save it. I believe that you know that the HTML files should be saved with the help of .html extension, right? Yeah. So here what I'll say is I'll say first.html. I'll name the file as first.html. Okay. So I'll just start coding now. Okay. If you are with me, you can always visualize the concepts easily. Okay. So I'll start coding the.
Sir, can you please increase the font size?
Yes, sure. I'll just increase. Visible now?
Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So HTML, and within that I'll have a head. Okay. So the bracket provides a special feature that if you start writing an opening tag, it will automatically give you a closing tag. Okay. So please make use of such features. So in the head tag, I'll add a title here. I hope you are aware about this. Okay. So I'll say web instead of that, I'll say tables tutorial in the title. Okay, and after that I'll have a body. Okay, and in the body I'll give a h1 and I'll say welcome to the programming. Okay, I hope you are following.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and in h3 I'll say HTML table. Okay, so let's start coding and let us draw this particular table. Okay, this particular table we'll draw it. Okay, I hope you are aware about the tags for the table. Okay, so we have table and then I'll say tr for creating a row. Okay, so in tr I'll say td. Okay, so I can repeat it. Please make a note. A shortcut I'm telling here. Okay, so let's say if you would like to add more number of TDs. Okay, so just be on this row and press Ctrl D to have as many rows as you want. Okay, I hope you are aware about this shortcut. If not, please note. Okay, so what do we have in the first row of information? I'll say number, full name, position, and salary. Okay, so I'll just type it out. Number, full name, and other thing we have position, or you can also say it as company and salary. Okay, so this is my first row of information, the first row, very first row. Okay, and in the second row I have the set of information. So what I'll do is I'll just copy the first row that I've already created, and in the content I'll just replace with what I would like to fill. Okay, what was the first name? It's Bill Gates. I hope you are all aware about him. Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft. Okay, so the salary that I am typing here is not justifiable, but this is just for the example purpose. Okay, yeah, I'll write the second person. Who is that second person? Who is Steve Jobs. Okay, Steve Jobs, founder of Apple company, and let's say his salary is $15,000. Okay, now I'll create one more row with 3 as the number. Let's say who is the person? Larry Page, founder of Google. Okay, Larry Page, founder of Google, and let's say his salary is $1,100. Okay, so we'll create one more row. Fourth, is that fourth person? Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, famous person. He's spoiling our time. Okay, yeah, with the Facebook. Okay, let's say his salary is 1,500. Okay, yeah, fine. I hope this is fine. Let me save this file by going to this particular file and save. Okay, now I have saved my file. Let me run this. Okay, I can go to this file and say live preview. Okay, so this will automatically take me to a browser. This will automatically take me to a browser. Okay, I hope this is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, so this is my table, right? But I do not have a border for this. How can I have a border? Okay, that is the next property that we'll see now. Okay, so yeah, so we would like to add some properties to our table. So the first among them is the border. Okay, so let's add a border for this. Okay, so for adding a border for the table, So you need to be here in table tag, the opening tag of table, and then say border. Yeah, border is equal to, you can give any number. Let me give as 1. Okay. So again, I will save my file. Okay. Again, I'll save my file. Okay. Once I save my file here, please make a note. Once I save my file, what are the changes that I have made here will be automatically reflected onto my web page. You need not refresh your web page here. That is the beauty of brackets editor. Okay. If you make a change in the editor and if you just save it right there, the entire change will be reflected on the web page, on the live browser. Okay. I hope you can view the border now. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Possible? Okay. Okay. I hope this explanation is clear to you, all of you. Any doubts in this regard? Any doubts or any clarifications required in this regard?
No, sir.
No, no.
Okay.
No, sir.
Except for one thing, what is that one indicating?
Which one?
Sir, border equal to 1, you said. What happens if you write border equal to? Does it indicate the number of pixels or what?
It
Thickness of the border.
Yeah, exactly. It's the thickness of the border. If I just change it to, let's say 5, you can see the changes now. See, now the border size is more. It's the size of the border. Okay. Okay. So since I have drawn a table here, yeah. Okay. So since I have drawn a table here, I would like to see this table fitting up the entire screen. Okay. I don't want it to be at the left of my screen. So how do I do that? Okay. I'll have to add one more attribute here. I hope you are aware about the attributes. Okay. So attributes are the special properties that are added to the HTML elements to provide specific feature, or let's say a special thing which will make it more and more sophisticated for the users to view. Okay. So for that, I'll add one more attribute here called width. Okay. I can adjust the width to the of this particular table to whatever the length I like. Okay. So I'll say 100%. Please make a note here. Earlier, I just used a number and now I'm using a percentage. Okay. So it depends on the type of the attribute that I am using. Okay. So I've saved this file. Let me go to the browser. See, you can see the changes now. Okay. So it is acquiring, or it is situated, or it is occupying the entire screen. Okay. I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's great. Okay.
Width can we mention in percentages, or can we just represent them in numbers?
Let me try. Let me try with 75. I'll just type in 75, and let's
We
see.
can put in pixels.
Yes,
Yeah,
even
sir.
pixels will work. Pixels will work. Not an issue. Okay. 75, just 75 won't work here.
Okay, sir.
It assumes it has 75 pixels, I guess.
Yes, very correct. Very correct. Okay. If you miss adding the percentage, it will assume it to be pixels. Okay. Now, if I make it 75%, you just see the change. You can see now it is acquiring the 75% of the screen. Okay. I hope you understood the difference between the percentage and the pixel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Okay. I hope the concept is clear. Let's move ahead and concentrate on some new concept. Okay. Yeah. Cell padding and cell spacing. Okay. Let me just make this width to be 1 so that it looks good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we have a concept of cell padding and cell spacing. Okay. So in the table that we have drawn till now, you can observe here there are two things Okay, so the outer border, which is containing the entire set of information along with some boxes. Okay, and those rectangular boxes we call them as cells. Okay, in case of HTML terminology, we call them as cells. Okay, so we have two things here. One is the outer border and the inner cells. Okay, so you can provide some space along with the cells as well as the outer border using these two features, that is cell padding and cell spacing. You can just understand with the diagram that is given here. Okay, so cell padding is nothing but the content that we have in the cell and the wall of the cell. It is the distance between the cell wall and the content of the cell. Okay, please make a note of this. Cell padding means it is the distance between the cell wall and the content of the cell. Okay, here the content can be text, content can be image, content can be an input box, or even content can be a video. Okay, it can be anything. And the cell wall, that is what we call it as cell padding. Okay, let us try this out, cell padding, and later we'll see the cell spacing. Okay, so let me just add cell padding. I hope I'm right. Yeah. Okay, let me add cell padding to be equal to, let's say, 5. So 5 in the sense 5 pixels. It will take it as 5 pixels. So we can observe the changes now. Yes, can you observe the changes? Can you observe the changes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the distance between the cell wall and its content is 5 pixels. Okay, even if you want it to be more, you can increase it. You can always increase it to see the difference. Or else I'll make it 15. Sorry. Yeah, 15. You can observe the changes clearly now. Yes? Visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I hope the concept is clear now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. 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 Yeah. Now we'll see what is cell spacing. Okay. So in the entire table, we had a lot of cells. In the entire outer border, we had a lot of cells. Okay. We can also provide some spacing between the outer border and the cell wall across all the edges. Right. So that can be provided using cell spacing. Okay. That is what is given here. Okay, the distance between the outer border and the inner cell is what is cell spacing. Okay, make a note of this. The distance between the outer border and the inner cell is the cell spacing. Okay, let me just show you. Okay, I'll just add the cell spacing is equal to, let's say, 10. Okay, I'll give it as 10 pixels. Okay. Yeah, now you can observe the changes in the table now. There is a lot of gap between the cells. Okay, so we have added 10 pixels of gap between each cell. Okay, it is equally distributed among each cell. Correct? Yeah. I hope this concept of cell padding and cell spacing is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. That's great. That's great. Okay. So I have a small task for you. Okay. Let's move ahead and learn one more concept. Later we can have this all together with a task. Okay. Let us go ahead and understand two more concepts, that is row span and col span. Okay. Yeah. So before understanding this, let us have a look at this. Okay. So we have two more attributes called as row span and col span. Okay. So why do we use them? So we use row spans for spanning across the rows. Okay. And we use col span for spanning across the columns. This is just a formal definition of these two attributes. Okay. So in the table that I have shown here, you can observe we have how many rows here? We have, I think, 4 rows, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in the first row, what we have done is we do not have any content there. It is just a blank cell. Okay. In fact, we have 2 different blank cells there. I hope you can understand with this. There are 2 different blank cells which are merged. I hope you understand the terminology merged.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? So 2 cells are merged in the first block. Okay. And in the second section, what is happening? There we have clubbed 2 columns. There we have merged 2 columns together and we have written the content as average. Right? And in the third cell, what we had done, we had again merged 2 rows together and we have written the content as red eyes. Okay. We have written the content as red eyes. Okay. And in the subsequent rows, what we are adding 2 different rows relating to the information of male and female. Okay. So let me just code this particular table and show it to you how this will appear. Okay. Yeah. So let us come down here and add one more table here. Okay. And
Sir, add break between them.
okay, fine. What is the type of tag? What kind of tag is BR tag?
It's a break tag.
No, I mean to ask what kind of tag it is.
It doesn't have a closing tag.
Non-closing tag.
Non-closing.
No line.
Very good, very good, very good. Okay, it is a self-closing tag. Please make a note, it is a self-closing tag. It does not possess a closing tag. Okay, yeah. So T body. I hope you are aware about T head and T body. Okay, T header is where I add the header of my table, and T body is where I add all my content of the table. Okay, that is just a 2 different set of tags that we will use just to differentiate between the header section and the body section of the table. Okay, as we regularly do it with HTML, in that I have head and body section. Okay, on the similar lines, we also have it for table also. Okay, and in T head, I'll just add a TR. Okay, and let me add a TD. Okay, so how many number of columns do we have in the first row? Okay, so here it is first column, second column, third column, and fourth column. Okay, so in that case, let me add 4 different columns here. I'll just copy it down. Okay, so what I should be doing with first row, I should be able to merge
Blank.
it should be blank, as well as I should be able to merge them, right? So how do I merge them? I want to merge 2 different rows. So I'll be using a attribute called as row span. Okay. So I'll say if you would like to merge 2 cells, just give it as 2. If you would like to merge 3 or more, just give that particular number. Okay. Is it fine? Okay. Then after this, what do I have? Sorry. I have this second column where I'm trying to merge 2 different columns. So how do I do that? I'll say col span is equal to 2. Again, I'm trying to merge 2 different columns now. In the first case, I have merged 2 different rows. Now in the second case, I'm trying to merge 2 different columns, right? So I'll say col span equal to 2. Okay, fine. So by these 2, how many columns I have covered?
2.
No, exactly it is 3.
3.
I've covered 3 columns now. This particular column, sorry, this first column and second column and third column. By this, I have covered 3 columns. I should be able to add the 4th column now. How do I add the 4th column? I'll say again row span is equal to 2. Okay. So do I need the 4th cell now? Is it required? So this is my first cell. Yes. And this cell will cover 2 different columns of my table. That is, it is covering 2 cells together. And this is my 3rd cell, or in fact the 4th cell. Okay. So only these 3 are enough to draw the first row of my information. Right? I have not yet added the content here. In the first cell, I don't have any content. And in the second cell, I have something called as average. Okay. And in the third, or in fact the last cell, I have something called as red eyes. Okay. So let me add this red eyes. Okay. And I don't want this last cell. I'll just remove it. Okay. Is that fine? Yeah. So you
Yes,
can
sir.
observe here, one thing we have missed here. We have added this first cell and then this average cell and red eyes. What about this height and weight? We should be able to add these two, right? We should be able to add these height. We need 2 cells in one more row now. We should be able to add one more row. Okay. And in that, I'll add 2 different cells, 2 different TDs. Okay. So the first cell is height, second one is weight. Correct? Is that fine? Or there is something to be modified here?
I think we have to add an empty cell before that. Height.
For that reason only we have added a row span here, right?
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Which will cover the first row of the first cell of second row. Okay. I hope you got my point.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's run this out and see what this will give us. Okay. Okay. I think I've missed the border thing. Let me just remove these cell padding and cell spacing because it is acquiring more space. Okay. Yeah. So let me add a border for this second table. Okay. And I'll say 1. Let's see the output. Yeah, you can see it now. Okay. So the first cell here is empty. Okay. First cell here is empty. Second, it is acquired by height and weight, and above that we have average and red eyes. Okay. So let's just add the content for this table in the T body with 2 different rows. Okay. So in the TR, we have how many columns of information? We have 4 columns of information. So let me just copy it down. I'm using Control D here just to repeat the same tags that I have drawn. Okay. Male. What do I have here? Sorry. I have males 1.9, 0.003, 40%. Okay. So males 1.9 and 0.003, and it is 43%. Okay. On the similar lines, I'll just copy this and paste it again and change wherever it is required. Okay. I'll say females. Sorry. Yeah, it is 1.7, 0.002, and 43, or let's say 40.
So males 40%.
Yeah, okay, not a problem, man. It's going to be fine, even if it is 40. Okay. Yeah, whatever it is, whatever information I would like to add.
Yes.
Yeah. So now I am done. Let me save this. Okay. Control S. Okay. And then let me go to browser. Yeah. Now you can see the table. I hope it is visible.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So we have successfully done this particular table. I hope there are no doubts. If you have any clarifications required, please let me know.
Sir, give some time to do.
Yes. Yes. Sure. Sure. No problem. No problem. If you, I'll just share these codes as well. Not a problem. Okay. I know you are a beginner and you need time to understand how these will work. Okay. So as per my time schedule, I'm just explaining these things. You can always work it out. Not a problem. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I hope you have understood the concept of row span and call span now.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, if we want those cells to be and only the process, then
No, no, you're not audible. Please repeat.
audible, sir, now.
Your voice is not clear. No, no, your voice is not clear.
Just type in the chat box.
Yeah, you can always type in the chat box. We have last one more concept to cover after this, and I'll give you a task that you can always do it as a practice. Okay. Yes,
Sir, I
if
have
we don't
typed it.
want the cells and only the border, can we do that? Yes, sure. I mean, you don't want to add any content in the table?
No, sir, those cells, I want those cells and only the border, just like how it is there in your PPT.
Like this.
Yes, sir.
Then you should add some CSS to it. Okay, some styling has to be added there. Okay, so that concept you will understand once we cover the CSS concepts. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I hope yesterday sir has explained about some CSS styling with the style tag being added in the head section and then added style for my div, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so once we cover CSS concepts, then you can do that. Okay, I don't want to mix up HTML and CSS right away because it will be confusing. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I hope the concepts that we have covered till now are clear. I believe that they are clear. And
Sir.
this is, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I would like you to draw this particular table. Okay, so you can take your time. This takes a bit of time. So I want you to note down this table and then you can do it as a practice. Okay. I'll just give you 1 minute. You can draw it out on the notebook and then you can do this work as a practice. Okay. Here you have to use call span, row span, and maybe depending on the number of columns that you have here. Okay. So if you face any sort of difficulties, you can always ping us In fact, being me. Okay, I'll help you out. I do have one last concept to cover, okay, after this, and then we'll end the session. The content can be anything. Okay, it is just a simple timetable. You can always have the subjects of your own choice. It's not that you should add science, maths, social, and history. You can always add any other concepts. Just draw the layouts, okay, so that you can practice it thoroughly.
So one guy is asking how to align the words to the center. Like in this table, the word Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday all are aligned in the center of the cell. Like how do we do that?
Yes, very good, very good. That is the concept that I want to cover in the next slide. Okay, I'll just explain it. Let me know once when you are done with drawing this.
So we all have taken screenshot.
You're done.
You have
Screenshot and
taken the screenshot? Okay, that's good. Good way of using technologies. Okay, yeah. So let me go ahead and cover this last topic for
Sir, once again show that program.
program. Okay, fine. This one or the previous one?
Yes, sir, this one.
Okay, okay. You can take the screenshot if you want. Fine.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Let me go ahead and explain this last concept for you. Okay, so we can always align the content of my table at whatever position I want. Okay, so there are two kinds of alignments. Okay, one is aligning towards the left, towards the right, and towards the center. Okay, and one more alignment is aligning it on the top and at the bottom and in the middle. Okay, so for that we should be using two different attributes. Okay, so let me just show the first set of alignment, that is aligning right, left, or center. Okay, let me just show it with the example. I'll just go back to my first table where I have added the details of the company and the salary name. Okay, so I just want you to know that by default every content that you have in each cell will be left aligned. Okay, will be left aligned. By default it will be left aligned. If you want, you can make it right aligned or center aligned. Okay, so I want to have all the numbers, that is the first column that I have here, to be left aligned. They are already left aligned. I don't want no problems with that. Okay, so let me just bring all of these full name, I mean the names of these personalities, to the center of the cell. Okay, so how do I do that? So I'll have to go to second cell of every row and I should add this attribute called as align, and the value that you should give here is center. Okay, just say align center. Align is the attribute name and center is the value. Okay, so I want this to be applied to all the cells of second column. So I should be able to do this for all the second cells of every row. Okay, I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to do here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm adding it to all the second cells. Okay, I'm just using the shortcuts here, Control C and Control V. I hope you are aware about these things.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I've just saved this file. Okay, and I'll go back to my browser. Yeah, now you can see here, all of these are center aligned. Yes, am I right?
Right, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let me just show you the right alignment. May I know when I should be using right alignment? When can I use the right alignment? Can you tell me?
Bills. Bills.
addition of fractional.
Yes, yes, very good, very good. So when
Bill
I want
account.
to have a numeric content in my table, I should be using, most oftenly, I should be using the right alignment. In fact, whenever I'm representing a currency or in fact, any sort of amount, I should be using the right alignment. So, okay. So I'll use this right alignment for this last column called as salary. Okay. So how do I do that? I'll just add it for the numbers, not for the first row, because it is representing the salary. Okay. So here, what I'll do is I'll say align is equal to right. Okay. So I'll just copy this out and I'll paste it up for every row and last column. Okay. So that I will have all of these numbers being aligned towards right. Okay. I hope this is clear. I'll just save the file.
Yes, sir.
I'll save the file and I'll go back to my browser. Yeah, now you can see here all of these are right aligned. Okay. Clear? Is this clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Very good, very good. Okay. Let's go back here and learn the last concept, that is V align. Okay. That is vertical alignment. Okay. Right now we have aligned our content towards right, towards left, and at the center. Okay. Now if you would like to align them vertically, in that case we should be using V align as the attribute. Okay. So in the diagram you can understand here it is top left, top center, top right, middle left, middle center, middle right, bottom left, bottom center, and bottom right. Okay. So you can always make use of these values, top, bottom, and center, for V align attribute. Okay. So let me just show it quickly for you. Okay. So I'll just do it this for first row. I'll just do it this for first row of my table. Okay. So number, what I'll do is I'll say V align equal to, say, top. I want to align this to the top. Okay. And company V align equal to, say, bottom. Okay. I would like to align to the bottom of the cell. Okay. And salary, what I want to do is I'll align it to the center. Okay. Is that fine? So,
Sir, it's V line.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, V align. Very good. Thank you. Okay. So to understand the difference that I'm trying to make here, you should be adding cell padding and cell spacing, so that all of these top, center, and bottom would appear appropriately. Let me just show you the output right away, and later I'll add the cell padding and cell spacing. Okay. Now you cannot visualize whether it is top aligned or bottom aligned or center aligned, right? Let me just add some cell padding and cell spacing. Okay. Cell padding is equal to, let's say, 10 pixels, and cell spacing is equal to, let's say, 15 pixels. Okay. Is that fine? So now you can observe the changes here. No? Okay. I think, yes.
Cell padding spelling CELL it should be.
Yeah. Correct. You're right. Let me just minimize the cell spacing here. Why? Because if you have more cell spacing, then the area of the inner cell will reduce. Okay. So we'll have a minimal cell spacing and more cell padding. Okay. Yeah. I hope you can observe now. Yes.
No, sir, it's still
Yeah.
Still in like center.
Yeah, it is still in like center. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me just try it out for the entire row and let us see what this will give us. No. Okay. Okay. Let me give a clarity on this in the coming session. Okay. So since we are running out of the time, okay, I'll just give a clarity on this V align in the coming session, or maybe I'll just add a slide to this, and I'll add the description about this in the slides, and I'll update it in the website. Okay, my website. Okay. I hope the concepts are clear.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All of these are covered. Postman, call span, everything. I hope you have drawn this. Okay, we have seen the alignments. Okay, are we missing anything here from the table section? Can you point out?
Oh,
So, if you want to shift the table at the center, sir.
Then add a center tag to the entire table.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
That is just an HTML way of doing it. But if you want it to be looking more professional, then you should add an appropriate CSS for it. Okay. I'm just giving you an HTML solution. Okay. You can add a center tag for the entire table so that it appears at the center of the screen. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So we are missing one thing here. Have you come across this T foot?
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah. Please make a note of this. Okay. So we have seen T head where we have added the header of my table. Okay. And we have added the T body where I have added the entire content of my table. And with this T foot, I can add a footer to my table. Okay. It is just like your normal section in the table wherein you will also add the rows. Okay. In the T foot also you will add the rows. Okay. And it is just going to differentiate with the help of simple difference between the number of rows of the content and the number of rows of the footer. Okay. There's a slight difference that you can visualize whenever you work it out. Okay. Header will look a bit different and a footer will look a bit different, okay, than the content of the entire table. Okay. So I would like you to try this out. Okay. It is similar to the other two different sections such as T head and T body. Okay. And you can always add this T footer using T foot tag. Okay. So for example, if you are generating an invoice for a purchase in a grocery shop, so what you can do is you can add all of the contents that you have bought in the content of the table, and at the bottom you would like to represent the total amount that you would be paying. Okay. So in that case you can use this T foot and just represent the total amount, okay, in the entire row, and then that you can highlight. Okay. That will be in a bold fashion. Okay. So that's the reason why we will use T foot. Okay. I hope the concept is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's what I was willing to cover in this session. Okay. So I want you to have, I want you to answer just two questions, which are the recap of whatever we have seen today. Okay. Just a simple and interactive exercise. Okay. Let me show you. You should be going to www.menti.com and type in the code that I give here and just answer. Okay, that is just an beautiful way of interacting with the students or participants. Let me just show you the question. There are two questions, only two questions, quick questions. Okay, so whatever we have seen today, it is based on that. Yeah. It is taking a bit of time.
Sir, send the code on the chat box.
Yes, yes, sure. There is some internet issue, that's why it is taking a bit of time to load. Okay.
The site isn't even loading in browser.
Yes, the code is 6456 470. Yes, I hope the question is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. Yes, I'm getting a lot of correct answers. There are 2 or 3 answers which are wrong, I guess. There are 118 people. Okay. So 72 have answered it to be Rospan, correct? Okay, that's a quite a good number. Thank you. Okay, so for clubbing more than one row in a table, I should be using an attribute called as row span. I would like to span across the number of rows. Okay, so it should be row span. Okay, yeah, thank you. Let's quickly go to the next question. Okay, the code remains the same. Okay, yeah. I don't know what I'm seeing here. I don't know, maybe because of internet issue, I'm facing this. Okay. Anyway, thank you for your responses and kind patience. Okay. So we are ending the session now. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, can you please send the entire program, sir?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, yes, sure. I'll be sharing the entire code and the PPT on my website. You can always go to my website and get the resource. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.